Hey guys, I want to do a bit of a response video I saw from Tim from RageLAG Gaming. He did his gaming predictions for 2020. I thought that's a really cool idea. So I sat down, I wrote out a whole list of things here that I'm going to predict for this year. What's really cool about Tim's video, he's going to look back at the end of 2020 and see what he got right. So I'll leave a link down below to Tim's video. But let's just get into this crazy prediction list I've got for this year, and starting off with the PlayStation 5. I think the release date of the PlayStation 5 will be on the 20th of November this year, and I think the retail price in America will be $649. That's the equivalent to $899 Australian. That's a massive amount of money for us to pay for a new system. Now, I'm also looking at this DualShock controller that's claiming to be able to do so many things, and I think the retail price in America for that will be $99, and I think here in Australia for a second DualShock $149 Australian. So that's again a massive amount of money. So that's like if you want to get a PlayStation and a extra DualShock, there's over $1,000 already spent on that said system here in Australia. Now with the Series X, I believe it's going to release a week before the PlayStation 5, and I'm thinking Friday the 13th of November. That's could be a perfect date for them to release that. Again, it's going to be the same price as the PlayStation 5, but I think they will definitely have full access to Game Pass at launch. That would be a massive thing if Microsoft does do that. And the Series X power supply will be, unfortunately, the brick again. I do predict that it's going to be that big brick that we all love to be able. I still don't know where to put that thing behind my entertainment unit, but the brick will be back. Now, as far as games go, I haven't really thought about the Series X stuff. I thought about the PlayStation 5 stuff more. I don't know why that is, but I think we will get an announcement sometime this year that there will be an Uncharted 5, and that will be the return of Nathan Drake in some form. We all know there's going to be a God of War 2. Santa Monica Studios, they've hired a lot of people lately, so there has to be it's a given. The same with Horizon Zero Dawn 2. That's got to be in development. So that could be a couple of great exclusive games for it. Will it be at launch? I don't know, but I think they need to have at least two. Or if they have all those games at launch, that would be a massive coup for PlayStation, I think. Now, also I'm predicting this year a new GTA game, GTA 6. This is just me, what I would like to see in a GTA game, okay? This is my crazy idea. I've always been thinking of this for years. I would like to see a GTA 6 International, where you play as you're a small-time criminal who's out for revenge against an international crime syndicate, which leads you on a mission to hunt them down and travel the world, including countries like Japan, London, Brazil, South Africa. That's just my little synopsis of an idea. That's what I'd love to see. That I would love to see you start off in America and then you travel around the world in a GTA game. And with these powerhouse of systems that are coming out, you should be able to really realize that dream. But I don't know what Rockstar's thinking. This is what I'm thinking. I've always thought it for many, many years. I'd love to be able to go play a GTA game that goes around the world. I think it would be fantastic. Let me know what you think. Do you think that would be a cool idea or what? Let's move on to the Nintendo Switch. Okay, look, there was always rumblings about the Lite coming out, and now that's happened, all the talk is on the Pro. So the Nintendo Switch Pro, I think, will be a home console only system. It will not be something that you pick up and take away. It won't be portable. It will be something that will be hooked up to the TV, and that's it. There is no portability of it. It will have 4K capabilities. They'll be, they'll beef up the insides of it. And also I think the game carts will be a lot bigger. They'll have to do something to address that. I think the release date of that said system will be on September 25, which is a Friday. And I noticed that all these consoles usually gets released on a Friday just before the weekend, and it's a good marketing strategy for it. The reason before for the saying that it won't be a portable system, if you want a 4K capable, if you want 4K capabilities for the Switch Pro, then it must be a home-only console, and it'll be released at a price, I think, at $399. Will it happen? To me, it's a crazy idea. But if you do want 4K capabilities, then what's the use of having this small little screen, which isn't going to be able to do that? I don't think at a price point that would be, warrant. It would probably go up to about 500, I don't know, or more. But home-only console. See if I'm right. It's a crazy idea, I know. Now we're seeing .emu do a remake of Wonder Boy: The Dragon's Trap, and they're working on a brand new Streets of Rage 4 game. Now I think once they wrap that up, they'll take maybe a month or two off, and I'm predicting that they will begin work on either a remake or a brand new game in the Jet Set Radio franchise. We can see that this is happening over the past two games. You've got two Sega games which have been remade, ported, a new entry in the series. And for me, I would love to see a Jet Set Radio game. There's a whole heap of titles we can go back and look at in the Sega catalog, the back of characters, and could a kid return? Who knows? But I think for me, Jet Set Radio would be a perfect game. Jet Set Radio Future 2 or whatever they want to call it. But I think it will be great. Now, I've always said this since the Nintendo Switch has come out. I would like to see a HD version of Skyward Sword. I know it wouldn't be that easy because it used the Wii motion controllers and that, but if they did a bit of work on it for the Wii U, for the Nintendo Switch. It's about 4 a.m. in the morning. I woke up to do this. It was hot last night, so I didn't film anything, so I woke up early to film this. I'm still half asleep, but yeah, Skyward Sword 3 remake would be fantastic in HD. They could bundle it together with Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, which also got remakes on the Wii U, so making that a 3-pack. A lot of people want it. I want it more so for Wind Waker, but what I've seen, I've got Skyward Sword. I played a bit of it. Haven't touched it because I've always been thinking, I would hope that Nintendo does a remake of it. So let's see if that comes through true. Now, I don't think Breath of the Wild will be released this year. There was some speculation about that. I think, well, the history of Nintendo with the Zelda games, when Breath of the Wild was first announced, we saw something at E3, then a year later we saw nothing, then we saw at the next show a totally different looking game, and that game's development evolves over time, and that's just the way Nintendo does things. Now, I think when we will get a Breath of the Wild 2 will be in December 2023, just in time for the release of Nintendo's next console. So that's what I'm predicting. I'm predicting that in 2023 we'll get a new console from Nintendo, and that's the release of Breath of the Wild 2. I think that this year we may get a Mario Odyssey 2 released on the Nintendo Switch in November. They need some heavy hitting game over Christmas. We haven't seen what's coming out this year. I don't think we'll get a Zelda game this year. Definitely a Mario game. Could we get a Star Fox game? Maybe. It's hard to say. Mario RPG, like what I think Tim from RageLAG Gaming, he'd like to see that. I'd love to see a Mario RPG. It'll be fantastic. Another thing that this is wishful thinking for me, Sega to announce a Dreamcast Mini or a Saturn Mini. and release date will be in November. For me, this is just something that I would love to see, especially a Dreamcast Mini. And there's a lot of people out there who would love to see it as well. Will it happen? I don't know. I don't know how the sales went with the Mega Drive Mini, but it's just wishful thinking. Now, Half-Life VR, there was a lot of talk about that. We thought it was going to be a proper Half-Life 3 game, but it's not. It's a side story from, I think, Half-Life 2. I think it will make its way to home consoles, minus the VR capabilities at some stage over the year. To be commercially viable, it will need to be released on every system that they can get it released on. I know there's like 5 million VRs for the PlayStation 4 out there. I don't know about PCs and all this sort of stuff, but that's still a niche market, and if they want to be commercially viable, then they will need to release it on PlayStation 4, Xbox One. It needs to happen, and you just take out the VR capabilities, and there's a Half-Life game that we've kind of been wanting for a long time. So that's my predictions for this year. That's all I could come up with. I did this really quick last night. But yeah, let's go back and look at this at the end of 2020 and see what I got right. If you want to do a similar video to this, then go for it, guys. Then you can look back over the course of this year and see, yeah, I got that right. Why did I even think of that? But that's what I'm predicting. So yeah, leave a comment. What do you think's going to happen? Do you think we're going to get a new GTA 6 game? It's well and truly overdue for these next gen systems. Release dates of the PlayStation 5 and Series X will be in November, that's for sure. And if Nintendo is smart enough to release a Pro, something that's going to have a bit more oomph in it, that means a lot of the older games would have to be patched to have that 4K capability, running at 60 frames per second or whatever. It could happen. Anything can happen this year, and that's all I can think of. But yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think, and maybe I'll go back to bed now. I'm so tired. Okay, see you guys later. Bye.